Hey, my name is Okiba Jabalo and welcome to Artists We Love. Today we're here at September Gray's Art Gallery and we're going to have a talk with September Gray herself, man. So we're in the old 4th Ward here in Atlanta and we're talking about African American art, the business of art, and some of the ins and outs that you may not know and maybe you don't have access to it. So we're going to go ahead and open these doors up and give you full access. Once again, this is Okiba Jabalo and this is Artists We Love. Come on in. Busy schedule.
Thank you for coming.
And you know, we're giving the world really how the art game really works. And we're going to cover fine art, music, poetry, film, dance, basically everything in the arts. So today we're focusing on Miss September Gray. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, I am September Gray with September Gray Art Gallery here in the old 4th Ward. Originally from Michigan, but I've been in Atlanta 41 years. Love the ATL. Love the space I'm in right now, representing amazing artists here in Atlanta and elsewhere in other cities. And I'm just really trying to bring more focus and more appreciation to the arts here in the city.
That's great. So how has Atlanta been working for you? And for those, a lot of us don't know your background in the arts. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, I have an interesting background, but I actually came out of the performing arts. A lot of people, some know and some don't know, I actually used to sing as a backup singer with a lot of artists. Peebo Bryson being a familiar artist here in Atlanta for about 12 years, and other artists along the way. And so I always was in some way involved in the arts as a performing artist, but always appreciated the visual arts, traveling all over the world extensively and being exposed to different cultures and different artists just gave me a really great appreciation of who I am as a person and kind of the world that I'm living in. So as I got older and kind of changed positions, if you will, decided to do a new phase in my life, I knew it would be the visual arts. So I kind of went from the performing arts to the visual arts. So I actually went back to school at the late age of 39 and got my art history degree at DePaul University in Chicago. And there I was really surrounded by a lot of great people that were collecting art, especially African Americans. And I was exposed to different artists there as well, and just getting a greater appreciation, and I was focusing more on the arts. I was studying art at school, but it was more European artists, if you will, not many African American artists, so I kind of started exploring that on my own. And as I finished school, decided, okay, what do you want to do with this? How do you propel this forward? What can you see in making a change or a difference in what you do? So I started off consulting, working with private clients, and realized I needed to kind of lay something down, a foundation where artists could come and I could really reach out more and have a different feel, if you will, as a gallery, and make it more welcoming, not as intimidating, and really give it an environment where artists felt welcome and I could give them the exposure and give the clients that were coming in another opportunity to exchange ideas, just thoughts, just have the conversation around arts. And that's what's really important to me, the arts, having the conversation, the history behind it, and kind of making it my own. It's almost like this warm, cozy, if you will, living room kind of feel where people just come in and they feel welcome. They feel like, okay, I'm going to learn something, but it's just going to be in a comfortable environment, if you will. And that's kind of how I started. And I also collect. I was a collector before I went back to school. I just always collected and just kind of got a more informed eye, if you will, and a greater appreciation. And I'm just taking kind of my hobby and the thing that I'm passionate about, and I feel really it's the essence of who I am as a person, and brought it into this space.
I got you. Would you say your background in the arts gave you a certain business sensitivity to being like an art dealer? Because one of the gaps, what I mean by that is, one of the gaps is art dealers can't, I won't generalize, but tend to not be able to do anything creatively. So they've never really been involved in the creating process of it. So once you get into the business of it, there's this push and pull that you have. So you being a vocalist and you being a professional artist,
right.
When you step into this realm, do you have a different sensibility about the business of it and relating to the artists that you work with? Is there a soft spot that you have for artists?
I do, because it is a business.
Yeah.
This is how they make their living. This is what they're passionate about. So my thing is, let me bring the exposure and the credibility and make sure that my artists are taken care of. That's very important to me. So the business aspect is very important. I understand because I was an artist, and I understand how people are basically appreciating you, but they also have to appreciate you as far as treating it as a business. And this artist needs to be paid. This needs some type of credibility in the market, in the art world, because if you look at the markets all over the world and you're looking at auction houses or any other form of getting the work out there and selling the work, it's a huge business. Art is a huge business globally. And you look at different cities and different cultures, if they have the opportunity to invest in other vehicles outside of stocks, bonds, gold, art is a vehicle people are investing in, if you will. So it is a business, and they're here to make money, and it's a great feel-good commodity as well, but it's also something people invest in, and it is a business. So I'm very firm about that when I'm working with my artists and with the clients that come in, that this has a strong value. Again, not just a feel-good value, this is an amazing work of art, but it's a true asset to your home, and you have to pay for that asset. As anything else, when you have a valuable asset, you want to pay for it.
So you say art is pretty much like a luxury, basically.
It's a huge luxury.
Yeah.
And I talk about that. I have a newsletter called The Gray Book, and I talk about art investments and how that art is a luxury. It's a different type of luxury, if you will. It's a luxury of your experiences in life. It's a luxury it's something that's created it's coming from an original place that can't be recreated. And it's about who you are in this life and in this world, and you can't really put a price point on that. And I talk about art as a life of contemplation, not just consumption. So art offers so much more than just buying a piece of work. It's about your history, your experiences in life, your meanings in life, and how we exchange ideas and can connect to other human beings in this world. And that's what it's about, connecting through the art and understanding other diversities, cultures, or how we live globally in this world. And I think that's the important part of art. So it's beyond a luxury. It's just, to me, the essence of who we are in this world.
Wow. Well, we're going to take a break for a second, and we'll come right back. And this is Artists We Love, and we're here with September Gray at September Gray's Gallery over in the 4th Ward in Atlanta. Here with Ms. September Gray at September Gray Gallery. So what are some of the challenges that you face in grooming the new collector?
Wow, that's an interesting question. Several challenges, but they're welcoming challenges, because I think Atlanta's so new and young. We have a lot of collectors that are called novice collectors. They're new to the gallery experience. Atlanta is really kind of known as this place of the scene, if you will. You have people that want to come and just hang out. It's a date night, but they really don't understand that this is a cultural institution. So you're coming to learn about art, hopefully collect art, but there's this misinformed idea that maybe I don't have enough money to collect, or they're intimidated by the gallery experience, if you will. They feel it's an elitist type of place to come and visit, and it's not. It's really, this is a part of who we are in life. Art imitates life. This is who we are. So you should come in with an open mind and realize it doesn't matter whether you have $10 or $100,000. There's art for every pocketbook, if you will. There's a great exhibit up now called This Postman Collects at Clark University, and how this postman was able to collect art over time, because it does take time. It's just about being informed, being educated, reading, studying, visiting galleries, museums, just getting an informed eye. So often people will call and just say, well, what should I wear to the gallery? It doesn't matter. I mean, this is a place where you can come and be as free as you want. Or is there a charge? No, it's free. You know, education should be free. It's an education. It's about learning, understanding, and communicating with each other. That's the whole point of art. Understanding our society through this means, this visual means. So often people just don't know, or they feel like I don't make enough money, or maybe I don't know enough about art. September, I really haven't. I said, art is really what you make it. You can learn on your own, you can read on your own, but you don't have to be knowledgeable or have a degree in art history to appreciate art. And that's what artists want you to do, is appreciate the work. You start there, you start where you are. And then as over time you develop an eye, you find out what really moves you, or what really just makes you say, that just captures my heart or my mind, or just makes me feel a certain way. So often collectors just come in and they feel a little intimidated, and they feel like maybe I don't know enough, but often they know more than they think they know. They can come in and see a piece and connect with it immediately. So normally they feel like it's a budget restraint, and it shouldn't be, because there's many ways to collect art. Often people will make payments on art. I mean, there's different ways you can do it. It's just deciding what's more important to you. You can't tell me you can spend $5,000 on a handbag or $2,000 on a pair of shoes, but you can't afford a piece of art. That's a piece of art. So it's, where are your priorities? What do you consider important? What do you value in life? What do you consider important? That's the main thing. And you start there. And I think if you have a great appreciation for it, you will allow yourself the opportunity to start creating and start that process, because we all start somewhere. I started with prints off the streets of New York. That's where my budget was. That's where I started, because I hadn't developed an eye. I didn't know a lot about art, and I've met collectors. I actually went to an opening, and someone pulled out a canvas, a velvet canvas, with a little boy crying on velvet, and he's, at that time that was a great piece of art for him, because he started actually where he was, and that's where you start. Okibo, start where you are. There's no right or wrong, but in Atlanta, again, it's just helping the people be exposed and educate the audience about what collecting is all about. You have to come to the gallery, you have to meet the artists, you have to come to the artist talks, and sit down with artists like yourself or with me and just have the conversation, because it's not that hard.
No, it's not.
It's a wonderful thing. Once you start the appreciation part of it, then you understand how important it is, and it's like, why didn't I start collecting earlier?
Right. And I know you work with a smaller group of artists as far as your representation. Why is that?
I'm trying to be really focused on what I do as a gallery owner. My mission is art and ideas reflect the visual conscience of the times we live in. So when I look at artists and what they're creating, I think, okay, where are they going? How are they speaking to my audience? What are they saying about the world around me? How are they really giving me a sense of who I am and what's important to me in society, whether it's a visual abstract piece or a figurative piece. I'm looking for an artist that's pushing the envelope, really, and that's also reflecting the society we live in, because people want things that they can relate to. They don't want anything from the Middle Ages or the Renaissance period. Those are great works and great artists, but right now, who are we showing that's great? Who are our Harlem Renaissance artists? Who are our artists now that will over time be masters in their period in time, where people can look back and say, okay, during this point in society, this is what people were creating. This is really what was going on politically or within families or homes. This, you can connect through this and see a piece, whether it's a family at a dinner table or a family out at the park, or it's a political statement of what's going on in the world globally. I want artists that are trying to create an essence of who we are now, and people can understand that and relate to it, and feel connected and want to, okay, I want this piece, I want to live with this. This really reflects who I am in society now. And I look for artists that are continually developing as artists. They're not satisfied with where they are in their work now. They're continually pushing the envelope. They're saying, wow, I did this, but I want to go further. I'm still working to build on that, and I get that, and I'm continually building my work, and I'm gaining more knowledge, which makes the work more powerful.
Right.
And that's what it's about. Knowledge is power.
Right.
And who doesn't want that?
I got you. And definitely, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back, and we're in September Gray's house, her gallery, and everything in the 4th Ward of Atlanta, and this is Artists We Love. My name is Okiba Jabala, and this is September Gray. Back to Artists We Love. My name is Okiba Jabalo, and I'm with September Gray at September Gray's Art Gallery in the 4th Ward. We're hitting some real great points and everything, and one of mine, being an artist, is that I have an appreciation for your willingness to let the artist show their work. And what I mean by that is that at times when you're an artist and you're working with a gallery owner, they're pretty much the buffer between you and the audience. So if you're not willing to show what he or she is creating because of your feelings about that, then that makes it real complicated as an artist. And I love the fact that you're willing to open the doors and let people experience the work. And what is that really like rooted in? Why do you feel like it's important to let the art breathe?
Well, you're the artist.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't give you your vision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the space. I'm the vehicle which you use to show that vision, but you create. You create the work. I could never come up with that vision. So why would I interject and try to tell you what to create? You might as well be in a factory and do posters every day. I want artists, honest, I want artists that come to me and stimulate my mind and look outside the box, if you will. That's what moves me. That's what I mean by provocative. I want my audience and my clients to come in and say, oh my God, September, this is incredible. This work moved me in a way I never looked at it this way before. I think it's important to let the artist be the artist and that I stay in my lane and I'm the gallery owner. I think that you bring a unique perspective to my space, and I don't think it's my place to dictate how that vision comes to you and how you present it. Now, I could say, okay, if you bring me the work and you're like, this is the show I want to do and this is the exhibit, I could say, okay, no, that's not going to fit within my space. But I specifically work with artists that I feel confident and know, and I'm comfortable knowing whatever they bring me, more than likely I'm going to appreciate it. And so far that's worked. There could become a day when that doesn't happen, but I love that process. I love that every time I see something, it's outside of what I would think or how I think it should be. I think that's what makes the artist different, and people want to see something different. They don't want to see the same old, if you will. And that's as a cultural institution, people are coming here to see and experience something different. I think that's what makes it exciting. Yeah,
hands down. And I'll put you on the spot.
Okay.
Can I get a couple lines? Can I hear a little something? Since you said you were a vocalist.
A vocalist?
Can we hear a little something?
Like,
put on the spot. Just whatever you feel.
Whatever I'm feeling?
Whatever you feel. We're going to put on the spot. Because this is the artist we love. We can call you out in a second. Just a little something, whatever you feel, as we close this out.
Okay. I love my artists. They bring something new and a different perspective. So if you're looking for an amazing artist, you need to come to September Gray Art Gallery, 480 John Wesley Dobbs, Suite 160, Atlanta, Georgia. Come out and visit us, 'cause we love you.
Artists we love. That's what we do. September Gray. See y'all next time.